drop shot. Instead of using a standard hook, I use an offset hook, same hook you would use for Texas rig, and I actually Texas rig my drop shot just so I don't get any snags. It becomes weedless. Let's try it again. The one thing about using more of a Texas rig style drop shot is when you have an exposed hook, you don't really need to set the hook. You basically let the fish just catch itself. But when you have the hook exposed or hidden, you do need to set the hook. Not as hard as the usual setup, but you do need to expose the hook somehow and let it penetrate the fish. That's the only thing I can say about Texas rigging a drop shot, but I'd actually rather set the hook. It's kind of part of the fun. Been a little bit tough lately, so I'm going to go with my secret weapon. Oop, got a bite already. Little one feels like first cast, so I guess the drop shot works. Guess it works. Alright. It's a nice shady spot. Let's see if we get any action from here. I feel like the stumps are usually good spots, but got one. Even my ultralight line thing was so subtle. I still almost didn't feel that. Got one. This one's a little bigger. Feisty. Probably the biggest one I've caught here. That's pretty big. Yellow bass. The other bass die off. See, the last three fish, I didn't even feel them bite. The only reason why I knew I had something is because I was watching the line, so you really have to be a line watcher. Just any weird thing that happens with your line, assume that there's a fish. At least get ready to set the hook. It's not always about feel. Even though I have braid and it's usually the most sensitive, the last three, I didn't feel anything. So you notice I'm casting toward the bank over there. I could easily walk over there and cast right there. That's not the point. You never do that. You always cast from far away. Because the fish can feel your footsteps right next to the bank. So if you're trying to hit a bank, don't go to that actual bank. Cast from the opposite side. What I'm doing right now. So I want to hit that bank over there. I'm actually casting there from this side. And not walking over there. It's the worst thing you can do. You scare all the fish. So I wanted to try the drop shot technique today, but I ran out of the drop shot weights. So what did I do? I used the bullet weight, and then I tied off the end with a bead just to block it, and that became my drop shot setup. So you don't necessarily need to use one of those weights. You can use any weight. Worked so far today. Fish don't know the difference. It's not the weight I want them to be looking at. It's the little worm suspended above it. Get any action from this fountain now. Might be enough shade. Tied around this branch. Good. Tied himself around this branch. Smart. I have to take this entire branch with me. Alright, get away. Smart of you to do that, though. So I caught 7 so far, and 4 of them I did not feel. Maybe 5. This one I kind of felt a little bit. Just gotta be a line watcher. is feisty. I think he ate it. Yep, he swallowed it. Okay, caught 8 so far. 4 I felt, 4 I didn't feel, and I wouldn't have caught if I wasn't watching my line. So if you're bank fishing, you're not watching your line, you're just looking around at different places, you're missing a bunch of catches. I'll tell you that. When I was a beginner, I never watched my line, and I missed a lot of catches. You ever wonder why some of the pros use like bright yellow line? It's not for the fish, so they can see their line. They're watching their line. It's a good spot. Watch my line. Think there's something there. Again, didn't feel it. Ooh, that is a strong one. So much fun with these little ultralight poles. Oof. Jumper. You feel like you hooked a tuna or something with these little poles. Where are you going? Where are you going? You swallowed it again, see?